Hello and welcome to a new and interesting topic, how to tabulate or order various periods in the history of English literature, Lecture 4. So let's start, and we have introduction. As I have said, the different periods in the history of English literature are not absolute fixed. Why? Because history knows nothing of absolute endings and beginnings. It recognizes only a continuous flow. However, the periods of English literature are fairly defined, and as such, they guide us to know about the spirit of writings in each successive stage of great transformation. So now let's move on to the way different periods have been fairly organized. The first one is literary movements. After that, we have literary periods. The third one is historic periods, and the fourth one is approximate dates. So let's first talk about Old English. And the literary period of the Old English is generally known as pre-Chaucerian period, and historic period of this time is Anglo-Saxon, and approximate date is from 450 to 1066. After that, we have Middle English period, and this period is known as the Age of Chaucer, and historic period is normally known as Norman Conquest, and the date approximately starts from 1066 to 1500. We continue. After that, we have the Renaissance period, and this period is represented by William Shakespeare, so we call it the Age of Shakespeare. And historic period is the Elizabethan age. This age is also known as the Age of Enlightenment, the Age of Revival, that we can discuss later. An approximate date is 1500 to 1660. We continue. We have just the same like literary movements, literary periods, historic periods, and approximate dates. After that, what we call the Elizabethan age, or after the Age of William Shakespeare, we have the Neoclassical period. And within this period, the first one is the Age of Milton, the first part of this Neoclassical period, and historic period is the Caroline Age. And approximate date, the Neoclassical period starts from 1660 to 1798. After John Milton, we have the Age of John Dryden, and historic period is the Age of Restoration. After that, we have the Age of Alexander Pope, and historic period, the Augustan Age. So the Neoclassical period is represented by three most important personalities of literature: the Age of Milton, the Age of Dryden, the Age of Pope, and it expands for quite a long time, starting from 1660 to 1798. Okay, we continue our discussion as we have literary movements, literary periods, historic periods, and approximate dates. After Neoclassical period, we have the Romantic period, and this period in history as well as in literature is represented by the Age of William Wordsworth, and historic period is Georgian Age, and approximate date starts from 1798 to 1837. Then we have the Victorian period, and this age is represented in literature and known as Age of Alfred Tennyson, and historic period is Queen Victoria, and approximate date it starts from 1837 to 1901. Now we have thereafter the Modern period, and this age in literature is represented by T.S. Eliot, and that's why we call it the Age of T.S. Eliot. Historic period is George V, and approximate date it starts from 1901 to 1945. And after the modern period, we have the post-modern period till now. So these are systematic way of putting different periods in a very systematic manner. Hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.